Welcome to another Mystical Perspective. I'm Reverend Cindy Paulos, and I thought today I'd talk about a very important subject. And it's a subject that has gone through so many different interpretations, that is, of God. So many people have issues with the word God, and it really is beyond the word. There really is no definition for God. But you can experience God. You can experience God in us because we are part of that amazing universal life force expressed here in creation. And it's at our very core. It's alive in our soul. It's present in every single breath. So some people would like to call it, or can relate more easily if it's called the universal life force or the source of all life or the ultimate infinite light. But it is important to make some kind of understanding within yourself of how to connect with God. And I'm using the word God here because for me, I think of it in a way that is totally the power of love and light within. And it is the universal life force. I had an experience when I was about 15 years old. I had started the spiritual field when I was around 13, reading every single book I could imagine. Really some great books. And this was a long time ago, and there's so many more books written now. But I was in high school, and I was trying to talk to everyone about meditation and God. And then one day when I was 15, I had an experience where I literally left my body. I was going to go into meditation, and this other force came kind of through me, just completely overpowered me, and all of my chakras just kind of locked up, and this powerful, unbelievable force of light went from the base of my spine to my head, and I left my body and went into this amazing light. I went through levels of consciousness, what can be called the mental level, where there were answers to all the symbolic, geometric forms of all life, and every question was answered. Then I went beyond that to this place where there was the most unbelievable love I had ever experienced, a love that totally opened up my heart of hearts, a bliss beyond ecstasy, and then went into a light that is brighter than the 1,000 light of the sun. It was the brightest light I've ever experienced. And then I experienced a union with this power, this force of love and light, and merged with it. And again, I'll call it God, but it was the absolute energy that united me with that one force of all. And it was totally life-changing. I didn't want to come back from it. I had a choice, I think, at one point, but I did decide to come back because I saw the world in clouds of darkness, and I kept thinking, well, people should be aware of what really is behind all this. But it's a lot easier to experience that than to try to live with it day to day. And we have to learn to connect with that in meditation, but also to use it in our everyday living. And that's the hardest part for me, is trying to see that God presence in every single person and to maintain it. That's why I have such great respect for the teacher, Christ, that Christ light and Christ consciousness maintains that precious light and love and stays conscious in it while still functioning within the world. Of course, in Buddhism, it was the Enlightenment, and there are different forms all masters talk about. But at the core of it is understanding your relationship with this life force, with this love and this light, with God. I'll read a quote here from Mahatma Gandhi. Everything around me is ever changing, ever dying. there is underlying all that change a living power that is changeless, that holds all together, that creates, dissolves, and recreates. That informing power or spirit is God. And is this power benevolent or malevolent? I see it as purely benevolent. For I can see that in the midst of death, life persists. In the midst of untruth, truth persists. In the midst of darkness, light persists. Hence I gather that God is life, truth, and light. He is love. He is the supreme good. And that is such a truthful statement. If I were asked to speak with God, I'd speak of the great love the heart of God carries. That precious love that lives in the Christ and the Masters, that lives in you. Let's take a moment to breathe in this love, to breathe in this power of light, the essence of good. Breathe that essence in. Let it fill every single cell of your body as you breathe out. Slowly breathe it in. Feel that breath of God. Hold it, and then breathe that breath out and let it fill every single part of your body and your mind. Let it re-energize you. Let it realign you. Breathe in and let it retune you. As you breathe out, feel yourself in tune with that presence of God, that love of God. Feel that love alive in you. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your soul. In this moment, experience the miracle of just being. Experience right now the miracle of being alive. Feel that inspiration of spirit in your soul. Let that light of inspiration permeate your entire being. God speaks to us in so many ways. One of the ways I experience God is in the beauty present and the goodness present on this planet. I experience it as the acts of kindness that humankind does in God's name. For a moment, feel the grace of this kindness, this unconditional love. Come into that place of grace. Allow the spirit of that amazing grace to enlighten you right now. Let it lighten up your mind. See that light and that light force that carries grace. The grace that allows us to be. The grace that allows us to understand that mankind and humankind has so much to learn. But this life is all about learning. This life is all about love. This life is all about the miracle of being alive and being in the presence of that essence of who you are. Take a moment. And breathe in this moment and think to yourself, what is God to me? Ask that presence of God to be right there with you in this very moment, alive in you. What is that presence of God to you? Can you sense your very essence that is that presence of God? Can you sense the beauty that you have in your soul? Can you hear the language of the Lord that is alive in every single moment when you sense this presence, when you see the beauty of a sunrise, when you see the preciousness of a mother with a child, when you hear music that inspires you, when you see the waves crashing upon the shoreline. God speaks to us in so many beautiful ways. For a moment, be still and ask yourself, how does God speak to me? Allow yourself to realize how you receive those messages of love. Allow yourself to know when you have a sign that comes from heaven. Find that key, your inner compass, that can guide you and direct you in the way you need to go in your life. That presence that will reconnect you with God in your life. That presence that will illuminate your life. That presence that is there with you in every single breath you take. There within the spark of the soul's light. There in the spirit that you are. There in that amazing grace. There in the inspiration that reconnects you in your life to this presence of God. Feel the Spirit. Breathe in that Spirit. And now we're going to do a little exercise to share that Spirit with the world and send that Spirit out. Put your hand on your heart. Feel the love present. Let that love and light be recognized. And let the pure essence of that unconditional love pour out as a golden light radiating from the center of your very being. Feel that divine vibration in you, through you, above and below you. You are one with that first manifestation of God, that light. You are filled with that light. You are illumined with that light. Experience the light of the world, and with purpose of mind, send forth that light. Let that radiance go before you to join with all the other light forces in the world. Send it to other light beings. As you send it out to the world, see it merging with all light. There is no one light. We are the light of the world. We are the one light of love, the one light of peace and understanding. See it flowing across the whole face of the earth and touching and illuminating every soul in the shadow of illusion. And where once there was darkness, there is now the light of love. And the radiance grows, permeating, saturating every form of life. There is only the vibration of the one perfect light right now. And the kingdoms of the earth respond, and the planet is alive with that light and that love. There is total oneness, and in that oneness, we speak the word. Let the sense of separation be dissolved. Let humankind be returned to God-kind. Let peace come forth in every mind. Let love flow forth from every heart. Let forgiveness reign in every soul. Let understanding be the common bond. And now, the light of the world and the one presence and power of the universe responds. Great Spirit is healing and harmonizing Mother Earth. Omnipotence is made manifest. The planet is being transformed, and all false beliefs and errors are being dissolved. The sense of separation is no more. And the healing is taking place, and the world is restored to sanity. This is the beginning of peace on earth and goodwill towards all as love. Breathe that light and love and forgiveness and all of that beautiful energy coming right back now into your heart of hearts. Absorb it, feel it 100-fold. Know that love is alive. And you are that love right now. Experience that love of God in you. Breathe deep that love. Breathe deep that light. Absorb it, become it, believe it. And so it is. Now slowly come back from your meditation and feel yourself renewed, restored, revitalized, re-energized. And I'll close today's meditation with a prayer that is the Aramaic Lord's Prayer. Avun de Borshmaya, Ni Tegadash Shema, Te Malkuta, Nawe Sevyanaka Kana de Borshmaya O Baraha, Howlan Lakma de Sunkanin Yamana, Washwoklan Ibain Ikana. Panyan Shwakin Eliabain Ula Tasan Obisha Elapasan Menbisha Metal Deleki Malkuta U Haila Utish Bakta La Alan Amen. Amen. And translated, it says, Father, Mother of the cosmos, shimmering light of all, focus your light within us as we breathe your holy breath. Enter the sanctuary of our hearts, uniting within us the sacred rays of your power and beauty. Let your heart's desire unite heaven and earth through our sacred union. Help us fulfill what lies within the circle of our lives today. Forgive our secret fears as we freely choose to forgive the secret fears of others. Let us not enter forgetfulness tempted by false appearances. For from your astonishing fire comes the eternal song which sanctifies all, renewed eternally in our lives and throughout creation. We seal these words in our hearts, committed in trust and faith. I thank you for this time together. May you always feel that inner connection to the universal life force, to that unconditional love, to that infinite light, God. God bless you.